Hello and welcome, everyone. Today, we're going to be talking about the 5 steps that you need to do to build and launch your app within 30 days. You're going to learn all these 5 steps, and it starts right now. Again, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to be talking about the 5 steps to build and launch your app in 30 days. Now, this is for you if you're thinking about building an app, you don't know where to begin, you feel overwhelmed about marketing. This is the episode for you. So take notes, and there's going to be a link down below for this guide, the Notion guide. So let's get right into it. Here are the 5 steps, and then we're going to add more details on them. So, number 1, you've got to validate your idea. Number 2, get one sale. Then you go into building, then you go for testimonials, then you go into promotion. So we're going to break this down step by step in what you need to be doing with your app and your app idea, and then we'll talk about all the way how you can get your sale and to promote. So let's start with number 1, validating. You hear me talk about this all the time. We have a whole breakdown of validating your side hustle idea in 1 hour. Let's be really clear with this. Number 1, does anyone want your app or your idea? That's something you really need to validate before you go out and start building with Bubble and start building with Softer, Adalo, whatever you want to use. You have to see, do people want your idea? And this is the way to do it. We have a whole breakdown of how you can turn your idea into reality, but you have to really go through the steps to see if anyone wants your app idea. So let's go through a couple different ways, right? Let's talk about it. Number 1, you need to first see, do people need your product or service? If you don't know, go and ask people. Do you have people that you can rely on? Can you go out and talk to your network? Now, if this is a brand new idea and you don't have connections, go to where the people are. Can you go to a subreddit group? Can you get into a LinkedIn group? Find ways to ask people if this is something that they want. For example, the reason that we do content like this and we release different pieces like this is because people of our audience ask us these exact questions, how to build and launch their app. So then we have validation, then we can go out and test it. The same thing with your idea or your app. Are you asking people? Are you validating? In the comment section down below, let me know what kind of app you're trying to build or what kind of business you're trying to build. And are you asking people questions if they need it, if this is something that they need? So let me know in the comment section down below. That would be awesome. BC, no problem. Thanks, no problem. That's why we got you here. So again, think about these things. So for your app, what's going on with what you're trying to do? Make sure that you're getting either validation from your audience, or if you're watching live, put it in the chat or do hashtag replay and let me know what you're working on. By the way, BC, thank you so much for being here. And it's great to see you. Okay, so once we go into finding out if anyone wants or needs our app idea, it's important to now seeing, does it exist? Are there other players on the market? And guess what? It's all right if there's other apps out there that are doing something similar or other business, but you need to see what's going to make you different. Is it going to be price point? Are you focused on a very specific demographic that they're leaving out? What's going on with your focus in your app? Okay. So you need to see, does it exist? If so, how can you make it different? So does it exist? If it does exist, how can you make it better or different? If it doesn't exist, now you can go to the next portion to really start seeing, will people want it? Now, this is the main point. You've got to do more than when people say, yeah, that's a great idea, I would love to buy it. Test them on this. Ask them, hey, if I deliver this, are you ready to buy? And that will allow you to see if they're serious. There are really great meaning people that will say, hey, let me know when you launch it. And they're being supportive, but they might be giving you a false positive when you're trying to see if this is something that you can take to market and make money off of it, if the app is going to be successful. So if they're serious about it, you need to go for the ask. Ask someone, hey, I'm going to be launching this. If you're serious, I'm actually having a founder level. I'd love for you to get in on the deal. It's 50% off or insert 25% off. Are you interested? And you hit them with the payment link because that allows you to see if they're serious about what they're doing. That is the flow of everything you're doing to build your app before you start building your app. Most people do it in reverse. Most people think about, hey, I need to use Bubble. I need to do a Dalo. I need to build the prototype. No, you need to talk to your audience and see if they're willing to pay, because that allows you to see if you have true traction of your product or service. Okay, so in the comment section down below, let me know, are you talking to your target demographic? Are you talking to people, offering, putting a payment link out there? Let me know in the chat. Now, after you've gone through that and you've validated it, see if you can get that one sale. Focus on one sale. Don't think about boiling the ocean. Don't think about trying to get 100 customers. It starts with one. It starts with one sale, one customer, one person that you're changing their life. So, do you have that one sale? Have you gotten your first sale? It's all right if you haven't. If you have not gotten your one sale, what you need to do is start talking to people and start outreaching to them and seeing if you can start changing their life. So this is the script that I use for all of our outreach, for ours and for all of our clients. Right here, it says, hey, X, I thought of you because of Y. I'm working on a solution to solve X. Is that something you would be interested in? When you're doing that, that allows you to see, are you in the right area? Are you going to be able to impact someone? I'm going to put that in the comment section down below. Okay, so if you have an app idea, if you're trying to think about talking to ones about a solution or whatever, just reach out to people and see if you can change their life. You're going to say, you can say, hey, Tom, I thought of you because you're struggling with accounting, and I'm working on a solution to do all the calculations for you for your job. Is that something you would be interested in? Right? So you're identifying that you know the person's pain and you're getting confirmation. If I deliver a solution, will that make their life better? Would they be interested in that? And did you notice how I said a solution? I didn't necessarily use the word app. That's what I'm looking at. What's going on, right? BC talks about, what do I see? I like the outreach script. Most of my ideas would have my current work on the as the customer, but I'm not a dev, so I'm weird. Yeah, I have a weird. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter if you're not a dev. It doesn't matter. You can always get the dev. You can always do it later. Don't worry about it. You've got the insight that you're already talking to people. You need to just get the buy-in first. It doesn't matter if you need a dev. If you need a dev, we can just shop for a dev real quick. That doesn't matter. We need to first get a buy-in from people. Do they buy what you're going to be solving? Then we'll go into dev. If people need help with, hey, how do I find an expert or a certain dev for a certain platform, just let me know in the comment section down below. But that's all secondary. It doesn't matter. You have to first talk about this to people to see if it's a good fit. Yeah. Use the script. We use the script all the time. And guess what? If they're not the right fit, that's okay. They say, hey, I wouldn't be interested. Then you just say, great. Is there someone that I should talk to? Is there someone in your network that would be a better fit for you? That's all you do, right? So this is where it starts with outreach and finding out if this is a good fit. This is the secret sauce to find your first customer. Now, if they say, I'm interested, guess what? You get them on a Zoom call, or you get somewhere that you can record them with consent, and you're asking them, hey, here's my solution. Let me walk you through my solution. You don't necessarily even have to preview the app. You're walking through the deliverables of what you're going to give them. Then you have it recorded. You can go ahead and build that app if they're willing to pay. So again, after this, you get on a Zoom call or something that you can record and say, hey, notice that you said you had these problems. So on a scale 0 to 5, how much does this cause you pain? What's going on with you? Oh my goodness, this is terrible. My day is terrible. I would quit my job. I hate this. Hey, if I solve this for you, would this change your day radically? Would this make you want to go to work? Yes. Oh my goodness. How much is that worth to you? How much is that worth to you? Oh, well, I'm stressing about it. I mean, easily, and they give you a price, then you already have a basis of how much you're going to charge. Now, if they say this is worth $500, you're not going to say, great, my solution is $500. No, it's you can't do a one for one. It's got to be drastically less, either half or more. Hey, you said that this is costing you so much stress. It's causing you 8 hours of work. You get paid how much per, if you don't mind me asking, how much are you getting paid per hour? Great. You do the calculation. Oh, so it looks like this is causing you $850 just of your time plus the headache. Is that what I'm hearing? Yes, it's exactly what I'm having trouble with. Great. I'm going to provide this solution for you for 175, whatever it is. So you're aligning their expectations. You're talking about what they're having trouble with, and then you're coming in with the price point that is drastically lower, and it's hitting all the pain points because they just told you. They just told you what they're looking for. Then you confirm. So if I solve this problem for you, to do X, Y, and Z, and you're willing to pay X, would you do it? They say, oh yeah, that's great. I would pay for it. I would do it. Great. Hit them with a payment link. To see if they're serious. If they're not serious, they're going to make excuses. Oh, I don't get paid this week. Maybe it's going to be next month. I'll see when my taxes get back. They're not serious. Guess what? You just spared all of your time not building an app that no one wants, right? Get paid before you start building. And you're promising a retainer of your solution when it's delivered. So you can say, hey, it's going to be delivered in 30 days, 45 days, all of those things. But that's the process of how we're going to be doing it. Okay. So we went through, let me know in the chat if that makes sense as we're going through this process. Did you notice that building is third? We're not just building apps first and seeing if people want it. We're validating, getting that one sale. Then if you get the price that works for you and it fits your budget or it fits your bandwidth, if you're going to build it, then you build it. Now, in the comment section down below, let me know if you're planning to build the app or you want to outsource it and you're looking for solutions to outsource your app build. Let me know in the chat. Okay. So once you go into building, remember, you're only building what you said you were going to do to get the first sale. So I usually go for 2 to 3 deliverables. It doesn't have to be a huge thing. It's an MVP. It's a minimal viable product, but you're focusing on what did you tell them that were going to be the deliverables and what are you going to go do? That's what you go and do. That's your MVP, your minimal viable product. You can always add more things later. Okay. So that is the process, the first 3 steps in steps of 5 of what you're going to be doing to build and launch your app. You don't build until step 3. You're going to validate, talk to people, you're going to get the sale, and then you're going to go from there. Solutions for outsourcing, please. Solution for outsourcing. I got you. Chris, how do I price my app? It goes back to the sale conversation. How do I price my app? I ask them, hey, this is what I'm going to be giving you, or this is how I'm going to change your life. This is what my solution is going to do. What is that worth to you? They're going to open up, and that's how I price it. Because if I just go for what's the market dictating, I could be undervaluing it. If I'm talking to a small business and just because I see a certain app is charging a certain amount, but if I talk to the business owner and they say, hey, if I had this, it's making me $10,000 a month. Well, charging $2,000 for an app per month, that's still a really good deal. And they're still scaling, right? Versus if I just say, hey, what's everyone else charging? And I go for a base model, where am I going to be at? Does that make sense? Talk to the people first, understand what's going on in the market, but talk to your target demographic first to get those answers. Good times. Okay, so the solution for outsourcing. Okay, great question. This is a question about, okay, what is your app going to do? So let's go back to building. What is your app going to do? What's going on with all of these things, right? If I'm going to, hey, Lee's in the building. Thank you so much for being here. By the way, congrats on the bubble job, man. Congrats. Great to have you, Lee. Okay, so if we're going to be outsourcing, what does your app need to do? So it's just not a one size fits all. Although it might be, hey, I need something that's powerful like Bubble. Bubble might not be the answer for you. So the question is, what is the functionality of your app? What are you going to be building? And then we can work backwards of different things that we're going to be doing. For example, if I'm going to be looking for an app that I need to do a database and I need it to look really clean, I might go with Glide. Okay, well, there's Glide experts. So again, before I go into the different options, I'll give you only three. Think about what functionality do you need for your app before you just get tethered to a platform. Okay, so if I'm looking for a MVP where I'm creating a database, it looks really streamlined, something like that, I might go with Glide because it looks great and it's easy to manage. If I need something with a lot of functionality, again, depends on what your target demographic is, I might go with Bubble and I might talk to ones from AirDev. Okay. So it depends, again, in the chat. If people want to talk about like how would you find freelancing or outsourcing, let me know what kind of app you're trying to build. Then that allows you to understand who you should be going after or what platform you should be looking at to get the experts from it. So if I'm going to go for Glide, hire a Glide expert. You can talk to ones, you can get an appointment with them. Some charge you for a preliminary or some are free. But what I would do is before I just go hit them up, I would create a video, a 2-minute video of saying, hey, this is what I want my app to do. Would this be something good for you? Okay. And go from there. Okay. So I get the question, a marketplace app. Depends if you validated your marketplace already, right? So if you haven't validated your marketplace and there are buyers and sellers, I would just probably do the marketplace either on Glide. Yeah, I would just do it on Glide. If I already have validation and I've got traction, I would just go with ShareTribe and then just use something else like, was it Nexus or something else that would make it a native app? I would still just use ShareTribe. If I'm trying to scale, I would just get a ShareTribe expert. And there's experts with ShareTribe too. Let me see what it is. Find an expert, right? You can you can get an expert for a marketplace. Again, I'd probably just use Glide. If I haven't validated it, I would just use Glide. If I already have traction, I'm already getting sales, I'm already getting people trying to sign up as buyers and sellers, then I might go into ShareTribe, but I want to make sure I'm making money. Should cost not be the most determining factor? Tell me more, Chris. Cost should not be the most determining factor. Is that to get your clients, to get your first customer? Let me know more about this. Okay. So again, there are tons of different platforms you can use. We went through Bubble, Glide, and ShareTribe, just to name a few to get experts. They're it's easier to find them, but you need to first understand, do you have validation for your app? And what is the capabilities of your platform that you need for version 1, your minimal viable product? You can always build it on another platform afterwards, but you need to get going. If you're serious and you're trying to make money and launch and have a business in 30 days, you need to think about how fast you can build and to validate what you're doing. Okay. And also, too, Lee's in the building, too. I know he just accepted a full-time job for Bubble, but he's probably one of the best Bubble builders out there. So talk to Lee, coordinate with him if you're interested, or tap into his network. He's great on just building everything. So thinking about that would be good. Okay, so let's talk about that. We just went through building and finding different ones and seeing if you validate. Let's talk about testimonials. Okay, so the thing is, if I'm building a solution, I can do it in 2 ways. It depends on how fast I can build the solution. But think about this. This is a really big hack that a lot of people don't do. Depending on the solution that you're giving, can you do use your first customer or provide the solution to your first customer? Can you do it manually? Can you do it manually and get a testimonial? For example, say, for instance, if you're creating a marketplace and they are looking, maybe they're a buyer and they're looking for a seller. Maybe they're looking for someone that will render a service like TaskRabbit or something like that. Well, guess what? You could actually do it manually. And if you connect them manually with someone, but now they get a great experience, they've just used your marketplace experience. Guess what? They can be your first testimonial of your solution, of your app that you're building. Now you have traction. Now you have someone speaking for your product or service or your app, whatever. Now you can go and now have that testimonial to promote what your app or what your platform is going to be able to do. Let me know if that makes sense in the chat. If you are stuck and you're like, well, I don't have time to build, look at, you're delivering a solution. You're delivering an outcome, not just an app. Can you still deliver for the first time a solution before it's totally built? It depends on each person. So let me know in the chat what you're working on and all of those things. Now, once you get a testimonial, you'll be off to the races because you can now promote. Now, the question is, who's your target audience and where do you need to promote? You need to decide, where can you go to get traction? Is it a subreddit group? Are you going to be going to a LinkedIn group? Where are you going to be? A Facebook group, Facebook Marketplace, Quora, let's see, Clubhouse? Where are you going to be going to get your target audience? Who who is your target audience? Where do they hang out? On Twitter, all of those things. That's the most important thing that you need to be doing. Okay? So, let's go through this and I'll answer any questions as we go through this. Validating. That's the most thing. Before you start building, you need to see, does anyone care about your idea and care about your app? Do not start building. Do not think about, hey, I need to learn Softer, Adalo, Bubble. I need to start coding. No, check if anyone cares and willing to pay for your idea first. Then go after your first sale. If you can't get your first sale and get someone to sign up before you even deliver, there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect with your messaging, or it could be the wrong audience. You might need to pivot and find the right audience. You might have a great idea, it just might not be a great fit. For example, we have done tons of great product launches that was targeted for athletes, but you know what? It actually worked for a different demographic. All we did was have to pivot into a better target audience or more appropriate. It's not better or worse, it's just more appropriate. So in the comment section down below, who is your target audience? How are you trying to connect with them? Okay. Um, Now, if people want examples of platforms and where you would go, all those things, let me know in the chat. But that's the first stage. Okay. Now, I'll just say like a couple ones that we personally use a lot when we're building MVPs. Right now, we use software almost for the majority of all of our MVPs because we're usually building either MVP marketplaces, because a lot of people are not at the point of having customers and they need to even see if the idea is sound. So instead of building on ShareTribe or something like that, we're just going to be using Softer. And even if we need to do a native app, we can talk about building it using an app wrapper later. But for the first part, we just got to see if people want this, right? So we use Softer for that. We also use Softer. We've done this with clients where they're selling CAS, knowledge as a service, and they're having a client portal where they're just getting access to a database. We do that as well. So it depends what you're doing. But that's our main thing that we use, right? Now the other thing that we also are a huge fan, if we are scaling marketplaces, we will then use ShareTribe. And the reason we use ShareTribe is it's the best solution out of the box if you ShareTribe Go to be able to get traction and to scale with meaning, with purpose, when you're going to be using a marketplace. So that's what we use. We use ShareTribe. Okay. That is our main one when we're using marketplaces. So it just depends on if that's a good fit for you, all of those things. I'm going to drop in the chat an affiliate link for Softer. If you don't want to use the affiliate link, you don't have to. But that's our main one that we use. Yeah, we use Softer and then we use ShareTribe. Okay. Also, if we're going to be doing things with machine learning or we're doing things with AI, we'll use Pelterion, because it links with Google Sheets. And this is usually if we're dealing with clients that are trying to build a lot of like aggregate data dealing with machine learning, things like that. That's our main thing that we're doing. And then now, because we're going to be launching our brand new NFT and Web3 content, we use Third Web. It's technically low code, but this is what we use. If you've seen, I've been talking about a lot of our NFT drops and what we're going to be doing. And if anyone cares, I think it's the second week of April. I just jump on the newsletter. We're going to be dropping a whole 101 for the complete beginner how to drop an NFT collection. This is a preview of our latest project that we're going to be dropping, all with no code. So you'll see how we actually are minting, how you can get involved, all of those things. But everyone that says you just need to code and do all those things, that's not true. This is the project that I'm the tech lead on for that. I was just gonna say, when is the drop? Yeah, really good question. So yeah, the drop is in a couple weeks. Yeah, the drop is gonna be like April 15th, something like that. So coming up, yeah, but we're doing the entire drop with no code, and then I'm the tech lead on that. And you notice that a lot of businesses, if you look at in the NBA, tons of different ones are doing NFT drops, and you can I really think this is going to be something, even if you don't want to buy NFTs and be like that. I think understanding the skill and doing that is any whitelist. Yeah, there is. So go to Iconic Mavericks, join the Discord. All of that stuff is there. Mm-hmm. Yep. Is the NFT platform ETH only? No. No. You can do it on a couple different platforms. So you can use Polygon. They're going to be adding Avalanche. Let me log in and I can show you. Hold on one second. So yeah, that's going to be later this month. And remember, we have a whole Web3 YouTube channel. That's where you see all of. I only just do guest starring stuff on what I'm doing with crypto on this channel. But if you want everything to do with crypto, that's my secondary channel. So when you're building out in Third Web and you're creating, you see, oh, it's Avalanche is there now too. So you can do Ethereum, Polygon, Phantom, and Avalanche. The test networks, you can use Rinky Buy in Mumbai. That's what I normally use. And then you can build out your contracts there. Yeah. Yep. Wait. No one can see that. I'm on a different one. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So when you're using Third Web, when you're creating your contracts, you can do it with Ethereum, Polygon, Phantom, and Avalanche. Yeah. And so this collection we launched on Ethereum, but we have other projects that we've launched on Polygon and everything like that. And so again, if you want to learn about that, that's going to be an option. That's going to be dropping in 2 weeks. So remember, if you want to be on the white list for Iconic Mavericks, you can go over there, join the Discord, and they got you all the way over there. But if you want to learn how to build out your own NFT collection, we're going to do a free course, and then we're going to do a paid workshop, depending on your level and how serious you are. All those things. Stay tuned. That's going to be in 2 weeks. But again, it's all about understanding the mechanics, understanding the utility, and if you're interested in it, again, let me know. So we went through a couple different things. And by the way, if we're looking at Iconic Mavericks and we're looking at these steps, we even validated going through this process before we made this collection as well. This works for if you're launching an app, but if you're launching any type of business, this is the same exact 5 steps I would use for the formula over and over and over again. You have to validate, get one sale, then you build, then you get your testimonials, then you have that flywheel, and then you promote more. So even how I ended up on this project, it was because if anyone saw my Atomic Bunnies collection and what I did, people saw that I could do from start to finish an entire NFT collection from scratch, and I could be that development team. Then I got picked up. Then I'm working with other projects, and I consult with Web3 companies, and I do stuff in NFTs. But the thing is, you've got to show that you've got to show a preview. So that's when it comes back to your testimonial. If you're building your app or you're delivering that solution, you can still do it manually, then get the testimonial, then understand what's going on, then you start promoting it. And where you promote it, go into different groups, decide on where you can start getting that, and go from there. Let's see. Let me know in the comment section if that makes sense. Let me real quick get this thing. What I'm looking for is there's actually a collection that you can go for. You can actually let me know too, Lee. Did you pay for publicity or when you're doing launches for Product Hunt? I'm looking for there was a service that allowed you to get publicity when you do your launches. So there's another way if you are interested in doing that. See about that. Product Hunt. Okay. So let me see about this. There we go. So if you're looking for like a full breakdown and someone like you have promotion, all of these things, then I'm going to go with this. Do you need to introduce a paywall up front or later? Great question. I just do it later. I just do a link. But have you heard of others do? Yeah. So I always see this one, this network right here. So launch your product to thousands with one click. And then what's the pricing structure on this? Yeah, 99 one time, 199. So 5 targeted subreddits, 5 directories, submission to Product Hunt. This one, so I'd probably go with the 199 or 200. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. But I know some people that like to use that. Yeah. Um, Regarding the paywall, I just do it later just because I'm seeing if people are interested. I'll just do a Cash App link, PayPal link. I'm seeing if they're serious. So whatever it takes to get the transaction quickly to see if I can validate it, I'll do that. So whatever you have, if it's Stripe, send them a Stripe invoice. If it's PayPal, send them a PayPal invoice or give them the link. Even if it's like, what is it? The buy me a coffee or whatever. If it's the right price point to test what you need to do whatever you need to make sure that you get there. Then afterwards, I'd put a paywall, do those different things. It's not a problem. But really, we're going with momentum, right? We're going with momentum. So again, these are what we're going to go with. I just put in a link if you're looking for submitting your business and you want to do a promotion. Yeah. What about just a donation? Sure. Depends if it goes towards your goals, right? But I'm fine with a donation. Buy me a coffee and put a donation. We're going to be releasing a product that is probably going to just be donation based. That's it. I'll show you one of my favorite projects that I really like, and it's all donation based. IKEA, what is it? Shipping. Let's see. Buy me a coffee. Let me see about this. Delivery. Let's see. I'm gonna look at one guy's um IKEA shipping. Let's see. Updates. I'm gonna look at one track and manage. There's someone that did an IKEA tracking, and all he does is um answer like it just shows outages of what's going on with IKEA shipping. This really happened definitely when COVID and everything was slowing down. And he just did a buy me a coffee, and it's for fans of IKEA and what to know, to know what's going on. Um, if you're gonna do that kind of app idea, I like it. Again, we're gonna be launching we're probably gonna definitely like a freemium model. We're gonna launch an app. First of all, it's scratching my own itch because I deal with this all the time, trying to calculate lifetime value and the churn rate of memberships. And that's really hard sometimes. I see a lot of people using Google Sheets and all this stuff. So we're just building one. I mean, you can use Barometrics and stuff like that that's built in and it costs a couple hundred and stuff like that. Haven't found a great solution where I could just plug in a CSV that tells me what's my lifetime value and then what's my churn rate over time in communities. And I wish I could just drop a CSV. So that's what we're doing. And that's going to be all freemium. Say, thing is, I have over 200 users, views, but don't no donations. Okay, so Chris, if you're having over 200 users and 1,000 views, you need to talk to the 200 users and figure out why they're using your service or whatever you're doing, but also what do they want more of? What are they missing that they would be willing to pay? So that's okay. You've already got people in the funnel. That's good. But what are they missing? Now, it could be because donations, it's not front and center and they're not impelled to do it. Sometimes just sending them a message like, hey, this we work on, this is volunteered. And, if you we'd love donations. Or if you're not getting donations and they're not impelled to, you need to talk to them and see, hey, can you add another layer that they would be willing to pay? And so I would go for 10 to 15 interviews. I'd message longtime users or ones that are really engaged, see if you can get a call with them and see. I mean, if you're looking at this one too, um, which how do I say ADM, which is media backwards, gets me every time. But you see how they're having tiers, right? So they came up with tiers, most likely, and pricing is a game and really leveraging, but they're seeing what people care about. I guarantee you, this is what people care. And so they made it the most enticing in the middle. And then they're showing you if you're on a budget or if you're not ready, a, a lower package, right? So they're anchoring a price. I guarantee you this is what they're looking for because most have a package that they want you to lean to. If you already have 200 users, that's awesome. You're doing a great job, Chris. But are you hitting are you solving their problem enough for them want to pay you? And only you and having that discussion with them would solve that. But before you get into those conversations, you need to understand and reverse engineer how much money are you trying to make? How much do you think your service is worth? What are you solving for? Are you solving a pain point for their work? Are you going to be saving them more time? Are you making them more money? Like, how is this impacting them daily? Those are the questions that I would try to answer before you go into the meetings and have an outline and then go from there. Yep. Let's see. Where are my I'm gonna say shipping outages. Let me see about this. I'm gonna let me look at one more. I think it's McDonald's. McDonald's Sunday Sheen down part map something like that. I think they've got one for McRibs too, where you can just track McRibs. Let me see about McBroken.com. That's right. That's hilarious. Jack in the Box did it. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Hold on one second. All right, we gotta find this real quick. Where's man? I wish I found it. Mm-mm-mm-mm. We'll find it. Yeah, no worries, Chris. Glad to help. Glad to help. But again, you can find so many different niche like tracking things or whatever apps people are doing that you can start selling access to. So funny, I didn't know Jack in the Box did McBroken. But look for ways that you're going to be able to solve people's pain points. Same exact thing with IKEA. But that's just one niche. You can do the same thing. I saw it the other night where people were looking at the supply chain for like gun plus. So model kits and everything like that. Just go with your target demographic and what's going on. And if they're not paying, you can go first understand why they don't want to pay. And it might be you need to change the offering. The other side is, can you go for sponsorship? Can you go for a product or a platform that wants to get in front of the right audience? And you've already got the community and they're willing to be in front of the right people. Then you can charge them to have a premium spot for advertisement. But that only happens if you already have the audience and you already have the traction of people engaging with what you're trying to do. Okay, so we've gone with that. The other thing, one more thing, I wanted to show you an example of this. Yeah, no problem, Chris. Not a problem at all. Um, bu- 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 okay. Oh, one last thing too to show how we did this as well. Just testing ideas. Okay, real quick. I'm gonna bring up one of our. Where's our SOPs? Okay, cool. To just show you an example of like how we started testing ideas. So, say for instance, right here. we have all of these SOPs that people are asking about, right? So a lot of people are asking, hey, how do you run your business? How do you only work about, I think I've got it down to like 43 minutes a day, like, but the rest is outsourced to VAs. Like, how do we do it? We have nothing but SOPs, and then we run it from there. So then people were saying, hey, I'm really interested in that. How do I streamline and have SOPs where I can streamline my production and streamline just my business in general? Then we also then said, hey, what is this worth to you? Are you interested? And then afterwards, we tested it and saw, hey, would you be interested in paying X amount? And they said yes. Then we dropped the link, and then that's what we went with, right? So look at different ways where you're going to try to get traction, all of those things to test if it's the right way to go about it, and then see if you're going to make money off of that. Just test it. Test what's going on here, right? That's what you need to be doing over and over again. So, what does your audience need? And go from there. Karina's saying, let me move this real quick. When creating a marketplace, do you validate both audiences first? No. Great question. No, you validate either the supply or the demand side. So you've got to decide, what are you going to be doing, and yeah, how are you going to be making your money? Who are you benefiting first? So either going to go supply or demand. It depends on the business, all of those things like that. But if you're going to go with supply, what's in it for them, right? If they have the supply, what's in it for them? Are they, if they have the supply, are they looking to be able to make money very quickly? Are they looking, to already, do they not have customers? What are you going to be doing? So it's all about the value prop of whatever side you go first. Yeah, a lot of people go demand side first, and then they find the supply because now they already have pent up demand, and now you're just looking for one person to fulfill all this. It just depends on the balance and what's going on. But great question. Either you're going to go for one side or another. What I would also do, if you're interested in learning more about this, Share Tribe has a great podcast, and they talk about it. It's called Two-Sided, I think. Share Tribe, Two-Sided. That's the podcast. Check it out. It's a great resource. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. I think they might be coming back next year. But if you're interested, listen to the podcast. It's great. It gives you great examples. Chris, can you recommend a product that I can use to reach out to my users? Mail shot, that sort of thing. Um, I use whatever. I mean, the thing is, depends how you want to talk to them. I mean, I'm always looking for like ease of use, right? So I'm just gonna use probably just gonna use SendFox. Number one, I can just get it as a lifetime deal, and that's how we contact all of our people. So yeah, I would just use SendFox. Yeah, it's 49 lifetime. I can send it out. That's how we do, and it allows me to track. Yeah, 5,000 subscribers, whatever. Yeah, yeah, or just use that. And if you want to use my affiliate code, that would be awesome as well. I gotta go find it. But yeah, just go sign up for it. If you want a free option, I mean, just no, I would just go with that. I just go with that. Yeah, where is my coupon? The only thing with Sumo, yeah, whatever. Their URL, their link doesn't work that well for tracking. But if you like it and you use it, please just let them know that you talk to me and go from there. But yeah, SendFox will do everything you need. Yeah. Great question. It's simple. It allows you to do everything very easily. And most of all of our clients either use SendFox or we use ConvertKit. ConvertKit, if you're trying to build out a lot of sequences, all of those things, you'll be good to go there. Okay, cool. So, really good stuff. This was, again, the 5 steps to build and launch your app in 30 days. Remember, in the comment section down below, if you have more questions, let me know. Let me know what you're trying to do in the next 30 days. And again, work on validating. Get out there, talk to people, and find out how you can make a difference in their life. From there, that's going to allow you to understand what you need to build and to move with purpose. Again, in the comment section, let me know what you're building, what's going on with you in your life, and I will be back soon. Now, we're going to be dropping a video later on this channel talking about the 6 ways to make money in 2022 with a couple different ways, different streams of income. If you're interested in that, make sure that you like and subscribe. We're going to be dropping that later this week. All right, everybody, have a great day, and thank you so much for being here. Good night.